Hey friends, so today I am going to be taking you guys along with me to Trader Joe's, and then I'm going to make some lunch for myself. I'm back home from college for Thanksgiving break, and let's just say my mom doesn't really grocery shop for anybody special when I'm not here, so I need to just help her out a little bit. But I thought it would be not fun, but real, if I would just explain a little bit about nursing school and what that's looked like for my junior year. I'm a junior 1 at Liberty University, so I'm very close to finishing half of junior year, which is deemed the hardest year of nursing school at Liberty. And I'm almost able to say that I've survived it, or survived one semester of it. So I just wanted to take you guys along, and in the car ride I'll discuss a little bit, and then when we're back home making my delicious, we're gonna make like a caprese sandwich with no tomato because I don't vibe with tomato. Also, I literally just showered, and if my mom saw that I was going out of the house with wet hair, she would not have a stroke, because we don't joke like that, but let's just say she wouldn't be very happy. Also, I'm sick. Literally get out of class on Thursday, I sniffle. Didn't even notice I sniffle, and my roommate goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, you sound sick." I was like, "No, I feel fine." Wake up the next morning with a sore throat. So the stress response really did its job in pushing off sickness. Oh my gosh, I left a hair out. I just got a haircut, and let's just say it's short. So anyways, now that my body is not under stress, I'm sick. So yeah, anyways, that's it. Also, I'm taking my dad's car because I just drove 8 hours in my car the other day and I haven't filled up gas, and I don't want to do that yet. Oh, I don't even have my key with me. Anyways, so that's the gist, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so getting started. First off, expectation versus reality of junior year of nursing school. I went in thinking that my social life was over and that junior year was insufferable. Is that the right word? I need to look up the definition of that. I might be taking that word out. No, surely it's not insufferable. I don't know. Anyways, I just thought that like everyone talked so negatively about junior year of nursing school, and I got through the first round of exams and was like, I just survived. And I didn't only survive, like I ate. Okay, I got a 96 on my first pharm exam. Has that happened again? Absolutely not. I've gotten 3 C's on the last 3 exams, and that's okay. However, I thought I slayed the first semester, or the first 3 rounds. I thought I slayed the first round, and once I survived that, I was like, I can do it 2 more times, and I did. So basically, don't let people tell you that it's horrible, because it's really not. And like, it's really not that bad. I only cried 3 times this semester. First time I cried was when I couldn't go on a midnight hike on Devil's Marble Yard because I had IV sim the next day at 7 a.m. So that just wasn't gonna work. I literally was pulling out as my roommate was getting back. So that was the first time I cried. Second time I cried was that next day after a 12-hour IV sim. I just couldn't tell you why I cried. I think I was supposed to get my period like the next day, TBH. But I did cry, and my roommate didn't know how to handle it. It was kind of funny. But then we got Texas Roadhouse rolls, and everything was good in the world. And then the third time I cried was on my way home from my last clinical. I just was feeling so overwhelmed because I had an exam coming up, and then It was just, that was like literally a week ago. I'm talking about like past tense. It was past tense, but like a few days ago. But I was just so overwhelmed. And then I opened Spotify, and a song started playing like midway through, like where I left off, and it was just talking about like Jesus carrying you, and I was just overwhelmed with his like goodness and stuff. And so that was the third time I cried. And then the fourth time I cried was on the phone with my PEDS professor, basically saying, I think I'm gonna fail, and she's like, you're doing above average. And I was like, how is a C above average? But thank you. And I literally just started crying because I was like, I think I'm gonna fail. And she's like, you're literally not, but we'll see. So anyways, all that to say, this year has not been as bad as everybody makes it out to seem. Now, a few things that have shifted in my mindset is C's get degrees. I literally cried probably every single day of high school. Okay, not every single day. I cried every A day of high school freshman year because I just wasn't understanding the math, or I was just too overwhelmed in class, like whatever it was. I stressed about school, even though nobody in my family like put that pressure on me, but I just strived for greatness. And this year I've strived for survival, you know? So literally C's get degrees, and I live by that now. And I am not even touching med surg until maybe the week before, because I have 720 points right now and I'm already passing. So if that says anything about how my mindset has changed, there you go. Also, I literally turned in a patho paper 2 days late and only 6 pages because I was already passing the class, and why waste time, you know? So we do what we have to survive and to make it. So mindset changed for sure, but we're chilling. Now, because I brought up patho papers, we're going to talk a little bit about it. I was so overwhelmed for patho papers. I mean, okay, sorry, crazy turn. I was so overwhelmed for patho papers because when you talk to a junior or a senior, when you're like a little freshman or a sophomore, they're like, oh, get ready for patho papers, like 8-page patho papers, like you're gonna have to write it every week. And what they don't tell you is that out of the 10 clinical days, you get 4 real pathos, 3 videos, so that's 7. And then you get 1, oh my gosh, I can't multitask. Okay, starting over. You get 4 real pathos, 3 video pathos, and then 1 education, where you just do something beforehand and then you just do a little reflection, I think, afterwards. And then you get 2 of your clinical days with absolutely no patho, no post work. So literally it's not that bad. As for the actual paper, you learn to write it quick. I am a slow writer, and it still takes me like a good day to write a whole patho and do all the work associated with it, but that's much quicker than like what it used to take me. So you really get into it, and also all it is paraphrasing. You're not cheating. Like, this is like literally what you're doing is you're like synthesizing information from different sources to talk about like whatever your pathology is, and you're basically just paraphrasing sources, the patho book, whatever it is, and making sure to cite it. You're not cheating. And then like that's what it is. So it's seriously not that bad. The page limit's a little hard to reach depending on what your patho is. I was on oncology, so I wrote about lung cancer like 3 times, small bowel obstruction twice. Like, you kind of then get used to it and you know what to say, and when in doubt you add the inflammatory process, because that literally adds a good page to your patho. But yeah, so it's seriously not that bad. They don't tell you that. They literally don't tell you that you're not actually writing a patho for every single one. Okay, I just parked. So the only thing I had heard was that for PEDS pathos, you don't like that it's like a piece of cake, because it's not any specific word requirement or page requirement. And so that was very convenient because for 2 of them I wrote like 2.5 pages, and then for one of them I had like 4 pages because it was actually like, one of them was about peritonsillar abscess, which literally when you look up pathophysiology of peritonsillar abscess, the 2 sources that came up said the pathology is unknown. So I was like, okay, that's helpful. And then the other one was about the other one that actually was 4 pages long was about upper respiratory illness, so that was like pretty easy. And then my last one that was also literally 2 pages, and I got a 148 out of 150. My professor literally texted me the number because I was like emailing her questions about it, and so she just knew I was stressing, and she was like, 148, you did great. I wanted to reply, I don't deserve that, but thank you. But anyways, that's besides the point. That one was about a syncopal episode related to hyperventilation, so I really had to pull something together for that. But we slayed, and I passed that class too with an A, so thank you, Jesus. That's probably gonna be my only A this semester, is Peds Clinical, but that's okay. Anyways, I'm at Trader Joe's, so I'm gonna run in and get the stuff I need, and then I'll be back to chat with y'all. Okay, friends, it is the same day. It's the same day, literally just a few hours later, but I just could not cook and talk, and obviously I wasn't gonna eat and talk, so here we are. I'm on my way to Starbucks to do some studying. I attempted to study for a nice chunk of time today. Okay, Tesla thinks I'm not driving very well. I'm driving perfectly fine. I do apologize. So I studied for a nice chunk of time today. However, during that chunk of time, I was getting quite distracted, and I was looking up. Here are some of the strange things I looked up. Number 1, I was looking up how to make DIY beef tallow because I really want beef tallow for my face, but it's expensive to buy. Well, not expensive, but like I feel like it's just cheaper to make yourself. So I was like looking up how to do that. I was looking up houses in Puerto Rico for sale. I don't want to move to Puerto Rico at all. I don't know why I spent 20 minutes doing that today. And then I was looking up why/how godparents came to be. And then I was also Google translating every word in English that I didn't know in Spanish. So let's just say my 4 hours of studying was a little unproductive, but at the same time, I got a good chunk done. I got through 2 Quizlets, like just reviewing. Right now I'm just reviewing all of my Peds Quizlets because we have HESI when we get back. So, anyways. All that to say, I'm on my way to go study. But I want to go back to talking about the gym and just like how that's changed this semester. So like I said, it's doable, but I just I didn't prioritize it because I was prioritizing like my relationships with friends instead. And so as unfortunate as it is, and like I've kind of felt like sluggish because I haven't been going to the gym, and like I haven't been like having that outlet, but it has been good because I've been able to hang out with friends more. So you kind of win some, you lose some. But next semester I'm going to try going before classes and just like in the mornings more consistently. As for FOMO, because that's what I was so nervous about, I honestly haven't had FOMO this semester. Like, yes, I have had FOMO. However, I don't feel like I've had it as often because I don't feel like there's as much that I'm missing out on. Now, there's 2 possible reasons to this. One, all my friends are just so busy because they're all graduating next semester, and like just they're in the run of it all. Run. They're all in the grunt. They're all in the whatever the word is. They're all in like their busy season as well. So it's perfect because then I'm not really missing out on stuff. But the second possible reason is that maybe there's a group chat without me in it. Probably a group chat without me in it. And that's why I'm not thinking I'm missing out on as much. But that's okay because I'm doing my thing. I was reminded this summer that I can't have FOMO if I am where the Lord has called me. And I believe that the Lord has called me to nursing. And how can I feel like I'm missing out when the Lord's plan for me is to be in nursing right now? So, you know, I don't know if that's encouraging to you, but it was encouraging to me. Like, I can't have FOMO if I'm literally following the Lord's plan for my life. So that is the FOMO part of it. Like I said, I've had to miss out on some things. Like, I couldn't go to Devil's Marble Yard that one night, and that was so frustrating. But it is what it is. I had class the next day at 7 a.m. or lab the next day. And then there's been things that I've like actually like just because of where I was at like mentally and like workload wise that I probably could have gone to, but I've like kind of said, okay, I'm gonna just not go. And that's been like, it's been good. Like I'm able to balance like what I know I need to get done and stuff. So I think it's been good. But the next thing about junior year is the HESIs. So for you non-nursing majors, which HESI is basically like a standardized test. It's like the NCLEX almost. It's NCLEX-like questions that are basically preparing us, testing. They're basically cumulative. So this semester 1 of junior year, we actually only have it for peds or OB. So I'm in peds this semester, so I have a peds HESI on Wednesday when I get back from Thanksgiving break. So to prepare for that, I'm just studying like I normally would. We have our ticket to test. I'm gonna do it. Hopefully I'll do well. It's an easy HESI year for us. Next year though, we're gonna have 3 HESIs. We're gonna have Pharm, Med Surg, and I'll have OB. So junior 1, pretty easy, light on that, but then junior 2 is gonna be more difficult. However, junior 2 is supposed to be a lot easier than junior 1 because you're not introduced to new professors, you're not trying to figure out how to study for 2 of the 3 classes, and basically the questions and the tests are only as hard as the last round that we just had in junior 1. So junior 2 is supposed to be a lot easier. However, I still don't feel like I know how to study for my exams because each exam, maybe it's because like it gets harder, progressively harder each exam this semester. Maybe that's why I feel like I haven't really gotten it down. But also I just think that I still need to figure something else out because I don't know how well it's been working. What I've been doing to study is Quizlets and basically like fill in the blank Quizlets. I'll like basically copy paste the entire PowerPoint and then leave like blanks for whatever the symptom is or whatever the manifestation is, things like that, treatment, priorities. So I don't know if that's the most effective study habits, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I literally just fake it till I make it, and I'm gonna make it one day. And once we're in the real world, it'll be good and I'll learn a lot more. But I feel like I don't really do much in clinicals because we can't do trach care because the respiratory team comes and does it. We can't do that many IVs because IV specialist comes to do it. We can't do lab draws because the phlebotomist comes to do it. We can't do ambulations because that's a liability. So I feel as though our clinical experience lacks a little bit in that sense, but I know that's not the university's fault. That's just one, the hospital, the floor I'm on, all that. So otherwise clinicals is good, and I do feel like I learn, I feel like hands-on, like I've got it. And honestly, that's why it's like the exams, like you take the exams, but then they tell you like when you're at clinical, like this is actually how you do it. So really, as long as you're doing well in clinicals, I think that's the biggest thing, because you're not taking exams for the rest of your life. You're like working as a nurse, you know? So it's pretty good. That's like it. I rambled about so many different random things for probably way too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it could give you guys a better picture of what junior year of nursing school looks like at Liberty University. It's honestly been an incredible experience. I could not imagine myself anywhere else. Just having Christian professors who like will literally pray for you and answer your questions and encourage you and just lift you up has been like incredible, and I couldn't imagine if I didn't have the support system that I do. But it is difficult nonetheless, and it takes dedication, and if you don't have the drive, then you're not gonna if you don't want to be there, then you're not gonna make it, because it takes sacrifice. It takes long hours in the library. I literally spend probably 6 hours a day in the library. It takes being able to say no to things. It takes being able to miss out on things. You know, it really does take a lot, but it is doable, and it is not as bad as everybody makes it seem at all. So don't be discouraged. Don't be nervous about junior year. Just enjoy it. It really is so fun. We had the IV lab and the sim lab. It really is so fun. So yeah. Anyways, that was a long video for no reason. But if you made it this far, then yay. Also, it's for me, because I'm gonna look back at this in 30 years wondering what my junior year looked like, and now I get to watch, because I failed at vlogging, but this was basically a summary of everything that happened. So, you know, it's pretty good. Also, sorry that I was like driving and like not looking at the road, or not looking at the camera the whole time, because I was looking at the road. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your night.